Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Lil Skies explains why he turned down XXL. And somebody decides to offer Soulja Boy $50 million to buy his tech company Soulja Game. Plus, why does T.I. keep responding to Kodak Black? Let's talk about it.
Why did you say
the politics shit is like...
Yesterday, Lil Skies was on Big Boy in the Neighborhood, right? And they were kind of talking, you know, that was the first time actually Lil Skies was ever up there, right? He got a couple cool songs, you know, he's dope. He's from like the East Coast, like Maryland, around like there somewhere, right? He's cool, right? Kind of like a SoundCloud rapper, but yeah, I know Lil Skies, right? So anyway, he was supposed to be XXL freshman, not this year, not 2019, but last year, 2018, right? And that's why the XXL freshman list last year, 2018, only had 9 rappers on it, right? Because usually they have 10 rappers, and at the last minute, Lil Skies turned it down, right? So he was telling Big Boy how his whole entire life, he had been wanting to be on XXL, right? This is something that you look up to be. This is something you aspire to. You see like your favorite rapper on the cover, chilling with like a bunch of other rappers. It's like a team. It's like the Avengers. It's like, yeah, like I want to be part of that. Like I want to be on XXL. Like that'd be so cool. I want to be part of the cool kids. You know, I look up to rappers. I rap. I want to be a rapper one day. So that would be like my dream. And some of these dudes probably think like, yo, once I get on XXL freshman list, that means I made it, you know, and it's dope. You know, everybody wants to see themselves on the cover of a magazine, you know? So it makes total sense why he would have wanted to do that for his whole entire life, right? So XXL, the way they do it is that like the editors and everybody, they choose 9 people, right? So this is how it's been for like, I think since 2007 or 2008 when they first started doing it, right? They pick 9 people and then they leave 1 spot open, the 10th spot, for like all the fans to vote on, right? So a couple years ago, the 10th spot, you know, they voted XXXTentacion on there, right? All the fans. I think like maybe the year before the 10th spot, they voted Lil Yachty on there. You know what I'm saying? So like all the fans will get together and be like, I hear what you're saying, XXL, but that last spot belongs to Lil Yachty, or that last spot belongs to XXX, you know? So this year, it was supposed to be the same thing. But XXL, what they were gonna do is and this is what kind of messes up the integrity or, you know, just the validity of, you know, XXL freshman cover, because it was a funny thing that, you know, Lil Skies didn't get vote. They had 9 people already selected, and the 10th person was supposed to be voted in by the fans. And XXL basically told Lil Skies that even though all the fans didn't vote you on, we're gonna put you on a 10th spot, you know? Or maybe that's how he understood it. Maybe they approached him and said, the way that it's looking, they're probably going to vote you on, so we're gonna put you on here before the votes even end or whatever it is, right? But I think that last year 6ix9ine had the most votes, right? So actually 6ix9ine should have been XXL freshman last year, but they turned him down because he was like too controversial. So they decided to put Lil Skies up there, who had less votes than 6ix9ine, right? And Lil Skies didn't really like that. He was like, I want to earn my spot onto XXL. And if this is how y'all getting down, then it's not as valuable as I thought that it once was. You know what I'm saying? And decides to turn it down. Then XXL approached Tory Lanez and said, yo, Tory, since, and this is dumb as hell. I don't even know why they think that he would be like, yeah, put me on. Like, they said, yo, Tory Lanez, since Lil Skies turned it down, you want to be XXL freshman? Tory Lanez is like, fuck no. Like, I'm not your second choice. Matter of fact, your third choice, because the first one was too controversial, 6ix9ine. The second one said, nah, hell nah. If you're just gonna hand me it and I didn't earn it, I don't want it. And then they go ahead and give it to, they try to give it to Tory Lanez. So he's like, no, hell no, I don't want that, right? So they just said, you know what? We're gonna leave it how it is, and we're only gonna have 9 rappers on the XXL freshman list for 2018, which was last year, right? So Lil Skies, when that whole situation happened, Lil Skies didn't even really talk on it. And obviously, you know, he was probably disappointed. So in this interview, he is speaking about it with Big Boy, and he's basically saying, like, even though I was trying to get there, XXL all my life, one, I understand that that's not the end all be it all, that if I'm not on XXL, my career is done. And he's like, I just want to focus on the music. He's like, I don't want to focus on all these gimmicks and all the politics and kissing ass. Like, he says, I'm a different kind of nigga. Like, I just want to focus on the music, right? And that is, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, that's commendable, right? That's like something that you don't expect, especially from a young dude like that, to really say, you know what? Even though I was looking up to being on XXL for my entire life, I feel like it's not presented to me in the right way, or I see what y'all are doing here, and I don't want to be part of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be part of the funny bunny stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to be part of, you know, it if it's legit and if it's, you know, on the up and up. But I ain't really trying to mess with it if it's like that. You know. It shows that he has a really good moral compass. It shows that he has some dope ass values, you know, and you can see it, you can tell, because Lil Skies is not one of these dudes that's clout chasing all the time. He's not always in the media. He ain't, you know, running around, you know, getting beat up and, you know, chains on and all that stuff like that. The most thing that Lil Skies will do is go get another face tattoo. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so I really like this, you know, and the way that he explained it, you know, made like perfect sense. Like, do y'all even really think that new artists need XXL anymore to really like blow up? Are y'all hype when like y'all favorite artist makes XXL? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, so usually when I'm talking hip hop, I don't gotta do any math problems, right? So shout out to Soulja Boy for making me have to do a math problem mad early in the morning, right? Like, you know, like when you in school and you just like, yo, I don't want to do this math problem. How is this real life? How is this gonna help me out in the future? And your teacher, remember back in the day, the teacher was like, you're gonna need to know, you know, how to find X or whatever like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. In my adult life, I never had to find X unless we talking about DMX or XXXTentacion. So I'm trying to figure out why in the hell you telling me to find X all the time, you know? But this morning, because of Soulja Boy, yeah, I had to find X, right? So Soulja Boy is saying that his net worth is $30 million, right? And he's also saying that somebody offered him $50 million to buy 10% of his company. So that basically means that the valuation of his company is $500 million, and that's X, right? So if you're valuing your company at $500 million, but your net worth is $30 million, then you have a company already in place. So wouldn't the value of your company go towards your net worth? So that means that your valuation of your net worth is 500 million, because that's the value of your company if you're selling 10% for 50 million, plus the 30 million that you are valued at. So that's $530 million. But that's not what you said. You said that your net worth is 30 million. So it just doesn't really add up, right? So I don't know if y'all watch Shark Tank, but if you do, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about, because basically he's standing in front of somebody and trying to say that the future valuation of his company is going to be roughly $500 million. So you might want to buy a piece of the pie, 10% of the pie for $50 million, right? I honestly don't think that, and the name of Soulja Boy's you know, tech company is called Soulja Game, and I honestly don't think that Soulja Game is worth, you know, $500 million. But if somebody's gonna buy 10% of it for $50 million, then shit, nigga, sell that shit. You know what I'm saying? Sell it, because I'm all for young black men getting that money. But I'm just saying, you know, I don't know, right? So the biggest face, or the most that I've even ever heard of Soulja game is from Soulja Boy, right? The fact that he's endorsing this is a huge deal because he's getting a lot of people to like check it out and rally behind it, but still he doesn't really have any real product to sell, right? So you got to keep in mind some of the games are still on back order. Nintendo sent a cease and desist letter because he was selling like this one console with like a bunch of different games in it, Donkey Kong and blah blah blah. He was on Everyday Struggle talking about how Nintendo, they allowed him to use those games, but all over the internet and all in other places they're saying that he didn't have permission to use those games. So it's just like a bunch of confusion, right? I think what happened is that he can use those Nintendo games in other countries, but not here in America. I think that Soulja game is probably doing really good in other countries, but because of all the licensing and the red tape and everything that you have to go through here in the US, it's not doing so good in the US. So whatever, right? If he's selling 10% of his business for $50 million to some foreign, businessman, then by all means, my brother, sell the whole shit, right? Because that is a valuation of $500 million, 500 million. Sell the whole shit, right? And then you're gonna be one of the richest rappers. You're gonna be right up there with Birdman and Jay-Z. So let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. I am about sick and tired, right, of talking about Kodak Black, right? So for like the last week, right, ever since Nipsey Hussle passed away, RIP Nip, man, today is his homegoing, his celebration of life. So, ever since Nipsey passed away, Kodak Black, a lot of people, they were giving like their condolences and everything. Kodak Black too. Kodak Black said, in his very first video that he ever put out, he was he was like, yo man, I was about to go to the projects and chill with my homeboy, but I heard about what happened with Nipsey Hussle and I decided not to go. I decided that I'm gonna stay home or I'm gonna go to the hotel tonight. He didn't say it like that. He said it like, yo, dude, I was going to go to the PJs. I just got off the PJs. I was going to go to the other PJs. But then I said, no, because I heard about dude. Because that Kodak Black doesn't talk like me and you or like me. So you can expect him to break it down intellectually. You have to hear what he has to say and then figure out what he is trying to say. So after that, he does another video. He goes on live and he's talking about Lauren London and he's talking about how he's gonna give her at least a year before he tries to holler at her and that she's bad and that he, likes her and that what he's gonna do is try to give back to his community during that time so that she kind of notices him and says, oh, you remind me of Nipsey, what's up with you? Whatever, right? He has aspirations to get with Lauren London, right? Whatever, right? So everybody, of course, they were upset about that. A whole bunch of people responded back to Kodak Black, The Game, T.I., Tank, everybody, saying, yo, it's inappropriate, it's way too soon, right? Which is true. It is inappropriate, it is way too soon. What he said was very insensitive and it was pretty dumb, right? So they try to check him on it. They try to check him on the internet. They try to check him on social media. Of course, he gets defensive. He's like, I'm sorry. I do apologize to Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle. He called Nipsey Hussle dude because that's how Kodak Black is. But he also says whoever was trying to check me on the internet, though, pretty much I don't care what y'all saying. And if you want to check me online, you can check me when you see me in my face, right? So, T.I. decides to respond to all of this by taking down, Nipsey Hussle's, decides to respond to all this by taking down Kodak Black's artwork out of the Trap Music Museum, right? The Trap Music Museum is actually owned by T.I. and is located in Atlanta. So pretty easy move, right? Kodak Black lives in Florida, T.I. lives in Atlanta, and he owns the damn museum. So take it down. Snap of the finger and the shit comes down, right? Boom. So then Kodak Black responds and says, I don't care that you took my stuff out of the Trap Museum because guess what, bro? I didn't give y'all permission to put it there anyway. So that lets you know that Kodak Black probably wasn't getting paid for having the shit in the Trap Museum, but whatever, right? So whatever, right? So then I saw a video last night of T.I. explaining the reason why he even decided to come at Kodak Black in the first place, right? And his explanation was kind of weird and kind of funny, right? His explanation, I thought it was going to be something like, I thought that it was going to be something like, if I die and somebody tried to holler at my wife, I would expect people to step up and ride for me because I'm not here to protect my woman. So, I'm going to step up and ride for my man's Nipsey Hussle because he's not here to protect his woman. I thought it was going to be something like that, but it wasn't, right? It was more like T.I. was like, I know how people like Kodak Black get down, and if he's grimy enough to say that he wants to holler at somebody's girl once they pass, then that means that he's the type of dude that'll pull up. And since he's the type of dude that's gonna pull up, I'm gonna respond to him with that same kind of energy, and I'm gonna pull up type shit, right? And I'm just like confused a little bit. Like, first of all, the whole initial reason why you even started beefing or disagreeing with Kodak Black in the first place is because you were defending a brother, right? You were defending your brother, Nipsey Hussle, right? That's the whole reason why you decided to even, engage in any kind of anything with Kodak Black, right? So that really shows me right there that if you're trying to defend a brother, yet you want to pull up on a brother, it's kind of weird, right? So also, Kodak Black is 17 years younger than T.I., right? T.I.'s 38. Kodak Black is 21. Kodak Black is 17 years younger than T.I. So T.I. was once 21. T.I. understands what 21-year-olds think and how defensive they get and how they may be inappropriate and how they may be wilding out, not even to think that you can couple that with, liquor, drugs, mental issues. Of course, that guy, Kodak Black, may say some crazy things, but how you respond to it is all on you, right? So a wise man once told me don't argue with fools, right? That wise man was Jay-Z, by the way. He said, don't argue with fools because from a distance you can't tell who is who, right? And it's true. Like now, both of y'all are looking like fools on the internet instead of just Kodak Black, right? We all know Kodak is a fool, right? He was a fool when he said he was going to keep wearing Gucci. He was a fool when he said he don't like dark-skinned sisters. He was a fool when he said that he wanted to penetrate young M.A., right? Knowing damn well that she don't get down like that. Kodak Black is a fool and he will continue to say stuff, right? This hip hop thing is, to me, it's a lot of people say hip hop is fake. I don't really think it. I mean, there are definitely elements of fakeness in hip hop, right? But not the whole thing is not fake. 6ix9ine dead ass got locked up and dead ass got put in jail, and ain't nothing fake about that. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Shmurda is in jail. Nipsey Hussle is not here anymore. This is all real things that have happened and are happening in hip hop. So, but there are fake elements to it. So like Skinny from the Nine getting robbed and stuff like that could be fake, right? But the way I look at hip hop is not like fake or like wrestling or nothing like that, but I look at hip hop like, like a comic book or like, the Avengers, like a movie. Like every rapper is a different character. DMX would be Wolverine, I don't know. Jay-Z would be Captain America or Iron Man or somebody, like one of the top, superheroes. Spider-Man may be Fabulous. I don't know. I'm just pulling this out of hairs or whatever like that. But what I'm saying is, if you look at it like that, then you got to have a villain in everything that you do, right? So whether it's music, whether it's a movie, whether it's a comic book, guess who the villain is? In this situation, the villain is Kodak Black. Last year, 6ix9ine was a villain and he knew it. He accepted that and he was running around through hip hop being a villain. Years ago, 50 Cent was a villain. He's still kind of a villain now, but today, Kodak Black is the villain. He knows that he's a villain. He knows that people are checking him out and streaming his music and watching him and everything because he's a villain, and he likes that. The more you talk about Kodak Black, the more he goes live, the more crazy shit he says, because he knows people are gonna be like, oh my God. Kodak has been viral for a week now because T.I. keeps responding to Kodak Black, because the game keeps responding to Kodak Black. You think that you saying, oh fuck, Kodak Black is gonna stop people from listening to him or make him sit down? No, that's gonna make him go on live tomorrow again and say something else crazy again. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what y'all are doing. Y'all are giving him power. So every time I turn around, I'm seeing Kodak Black is like Thanos right now. He's collecting every single stone, and every time I turn around, he's more and more and more powerful than he was yesterday. Right? So last night, again, he's on live, but this time he doesn't aim at T.I. He's talking about the game. And he's talking about how the game used to be a male stripper, which is true. He's like, 50 Cent came and got you off the pole, my dude. Go sit down somewhere. And he wants the game to respond to him so that he could be his villainous self. You know what I'm saying? So why do people keep responding to Kodak Black? He's baiting you. He is 6ix9ine of today. And you are so stupid because you're fucking responding to him. Chill out. I love T.I. I love T.I.'s music. I think T.I.'s a dope ass dude. I like how he stands up for black people. But I would have to say, is it possible, T.I., for you to like go sit down? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it possible for you to just go take a seat? That's all I want you to do. I'm not saying shut up. But I don't know, maybe you don't have to talk when you go sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go sit down. Leave Kodak Black, man, because he's gonna keep on going. Yo, let me know what y'all think about all this. Is T.I. right? Should he go sit down? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about all this in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me at Jonny Fastlane. That's Jonny Fastlane on everything, Instagram and Twitter. And y'all already know what to do. Peace.